The cameras are running, so you too.
And I'm gonna run also.
Yeah, I
Good
will,
luck,
I,
guys.
I will get the cameras to marry at some point.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Hi guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. I'm Somi and I am with my husband. Oh, alright babes, what are we shooting today?
Tell the people.
So, Kuba Sikwi Nyanga Yotando, in the month of love, we have both decided that let's close it off with something that kind of commemorates love.
Yes, hence the red and white.
Red and white. So we've got Q&A that we're going to be doing today. And the Q&A, it's 10 questions, 5 questions from each of us, 5 intimate relationship questions.
Deep,
yeah,
intimate relationship questions. So I'm not sure why Somi decided for us to do it this way. Oh, by the way, I might have a few never sticks here and there because I haven't seen the questions that Somi is going to ask me. And I'm saying that because I'm a prep kind of person. I'm a
but none of us
thinking
have
kind of
seen the
person.
question.
I know, but I'm just saying that if I take a bit of time and I have hours and oohs in between,
I think
you must just.
So I think what's important is that the oohs and ahs don't matter because we're trying to answer these questions as honest as possible. And I think what I want to ask my subscribers is for them to apply themselves to these questions as well and not just listen to what Somi and Msi have to say about their relationship, but rather also think about these questions and apply them to your own relationship.
Yeah, because these are kind of questions that you wouldn't normally ask yourselves. Yeah. We go on date nights, but the only thing we ever do, even when we go on date nights, is to talk about the kids.
And
work,
the house,
life,
and work,
and
life. Yeah, and we never really talk about us.
Yes.
So the answers that we're going to get today, which is why I'm a bit nervous, or the answers we're going to give today, it's really a true reflection of where our relationship is at. And after 2 kids, 10 years.
Oh, yes.
We're about to uncover some things, guys, okay? So without any further ado, I've got my questions on this phone. Msi's got his questions, and we're about to jump straight into it.
So you'll ask your first question.
Okay, so my first question. I will drum rolling for all the questions. No. Okay, my first question. What are your deepest fears about our relationship?
Yeah. Wow. Thanks a lot for this idea, by the way. Deepest fears about our relationship. I would say the obvious deepest fear is losing you. But when it comes to our relationship, I think both of the nature of the relationship and the fact that I know, I'm not going to say for a fact, but medicine, sort of says you will have health challenges along the way. Mm-hmm. And we know currently that we already have those. Mm-hmm. Is seeing you, watching you go through that, being the one that is experiencing the health challenges is, how can I put this? It's basically seeing the hurt in you when I go through that. Mm-hmm. Is seeing the pain that you feel when I go through some of those challenges. So my biggest fear is around the health challenges that I might experience in the future, that maybe with some of them I won't even have the consciousness of even seeing the pain that you go through. So I won't even have the opportunity to try and manage you while managing my challenges. I'm not sure if you get me.
I do. So
basically what I'm trying to say is health challenges that I know that I'm gonna experience. Obviously I pray every day that, God spares you from a whole lot of them. But I know that I'm gonna experience health challenges as I grow older. And I just fear of the feelings, the pain, the hurt, the emotions that you'll have to go through as my wife and the mother of my children, watching you go through those. Oopsie.
Wow, what just happened?
I don't know.
Okay, wow, okay. It was getting too serious, I guess. All right, your turn to ask the question.
Whew, that was a mouthful.
It was.
All right, so my first one, I think is sort of an easy one for you.
Okay.
So I'm easing you into it.
Woo.
How do you feel our relationship has evolved over time?
Okay, this one's not difficult.
No, I'm easing you into it.
Yeah, no, it's not difficult.
And you didn't ease me into anything, by the way. That was deep.
No, I chose questions that I wanted to know answers to. I wasn't here to play games.
Yo.
I was here to get answers to questions that I know I want answers to. So, how has our relationship evolved? Our relationship has gone, it's been, like when people say that it's been a roller coaster, it really does sound cliche, but it really has been a roller coaster.
And the whole season thing?
It's like, we've gone through all the seasons. Yeah. We've gone through all the seasons. We've gone through the good times, the great times, obviously. And you know what? I can't even say the great times were in the beginning and then it was difficult, because it's like pockets all the time throughout. There'll be a pocket of good times, even now. Even now, like it's 10 years later, we will find a pocket of greatness, and then we'll still find sadness in there, and we'll find other sort of emotions and feelings. But what I'm trying to say is that our relationship has gone through all the seasons, and I think it continues to go through the seasons. We've had, in the beginning, it's easygoing, it's fun, it's
the honeymoon phase, dude.
I hate that phrase, by the way. I hate that phrase, because for me, it kind of then implies that in a relationship, there will be a point where you guys stop being in love.
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm saying our relationship has been pockets. There are times when we are in love, even though it's 10 years later. There are times when we just want to kill each other. Yeah. And there were times like that of wanting to kill each other when we were 2 years into it.
Even in the beginning.
Even in the beginning. So I don't like this notion of we're going through in the beginning, it's the honeymoon phase and then kind of ends. So I think in a nutshell, I've kind of answered. Our relationship has evolved.
It has been through everything.
It's gone through everything, and it continues to go through everything.
Are we allowed to ask follow-up questions?
I think you can.
So how do you think we have sort of evolved in coping with the not so good seasons?
The not so good seasons particularly.
Yes.
Whew. I think it's that thing of we have this thing where when we are in the midst of uncharted darkness, we have this thing of it's do or die, babes. We gotta have each other's backs.
We actually know best.
Yeah, it's always the thing of do or die. We've gotta have each other's backs. And then after that, we can go back and say, but you were mean, you were this, you weren't understanding, you didn't communicate. But during the hard times, when in the thick of it, we always have each other's backs. And then we'll fight later about how we feel. You could have supported me better. You could have done this better. You could have communicated your needs better. But in the thick of it, we've always got each other's backs. And maybe to take away something here is that let's try and be more aware, even in the thick of it, that you know what, am I still serving you here?
As much as we're going through it, am I still loving? Am I still paying attention to her feelings? Am I still,
Yeah, I think
present
in the thick of it, because usually when we're in the thick of it, we're trying to get to a solution. We're trying to get to the other side of whatever it is that we're going through, and our minds are just there. I think sometimes, and also we've learned that problems and troubles never ever end. Like they never end. They sleep, then they wake up.
I actually feel this is about me, but continue.
Why do you feel it's about you?
Because when it comes to issues and problems and challenging times, I'm always on the solution. I'm the guy that just jumps in and all I want to do is resolve. I'm at the end of it. That's all I'm focused on. And sometimes I do miss, paying attention to certain things. And sometimes you become the victim of that.
Yeah. That's true.
I know that's what you're addressing.
But I'm addressing issues. This is not me trying to address issues, but yeah,
Guys,
basically,
now I know why she brought this idea up. She wants to address issues live on
okay, if you see it that way. Can I go for my second question?
But I'm asking the second question. Oh, you
asked your question. I'm number 2 now. What has been your biggest challenge in our relationship? What has been your biggest challenge in our relationship? What's been the biggest?
The biggest
in our relationship. And think, babes, and be honest.
Okay.
I'm hearing all immediately.
And immediately,
I'm stressed.
mommy brain kicks in.
I'm stressed because she's moaning.
No, she just wants to sleep. All right.
Okay.
I think it's twofold. And one is more what comes with the disability. The biggest challenge has been accepting that there are certain things that I cannot do. And to me, that's the one I think that kills me the most. I'm going to make an example. December times were often just the two of us and the kids. And sometimes I wish I could be more able-bodied person hands-on in helping with the kids. Because you get up in the morning, you help me, you have to attend to the household, you attend to the kids. And, there's only so much that I can do in assisting with the kids, and I wish I could do more. I know back in the days I would even cook for you through people. But I even got the sense that it just doesn't have the effect that I wanted to have. I wish I was the one that's actually standing in front of a stove and doing the cooking for you, and not me instructing someone to cook for you.
I get it.
Do you get what I mean? I tried, but it was just not hitting the mark for me.
So that's why you stopped? Because you stopped.
I told you she was here to address issues, guys.
Because I would appreciate it, even knowing that you didn't physically cook the meal, but you were there in the kitchen saying, okay, please add this, please add that. For me, that counts for something.
I know you did, but for me, it was just not hitting the mark.
But who are you doing it for?
For you. So it was hitting the mark for you. Okay. So what I'm learning here, fam, is that I have failed.
Wow.
Once more. No, I'm joking. No, it's fine. I will actually resuscitate that and do more of that for you.
Would you say, though, that is your biggest challenge in our relationship?
I would say when it comes to that aspect. But there's another part. And that has been accepting that I'm stubborn. And you stubborn. As equally stubborn, if not more. I think actually at the beginning of our relationship, I was the most stubborn one. But I think that has sort of changed over time.
For me.
That has sort of changed over time, and you've become stubborn. Yeah. And when we have an issue that, we're butting heads over, is accepting the fact that that is not meant as disrespect, but you're just standing your ground.
Yeah.
How sometimes I would feel like, hey, I'm hungry. Oh, by the way, I'm not going to put a subtitle. I would feel like, hey, I'm hungry. But that's you wanting to get your point across. Yep. And that used to be me. I used to be so frustrated sometimes. I feel like, when you're stuck in your own ways of thinking and you think this is the only way to get it through. So I think one of the challenges that I have is accepting that doesn't come from a disrespectful part, but you're trying to get your point across to another equally stubborn person.
So I think if I can make it or neutralize it, I would say, because I agree with what you're saying, I would say then our biggest challenge, because now I agree with it, our biggest challenge is communicating during
those times,
where we are
heated times, because we are both as equally stubborn, and sometimes it just needs one person to be flexible.
Yeah, during that time.
I actually think this is what I always preach to other people, but sometimes what you preach and what you do might not be the same thing.
It is hard.
It is hard.
When you're in the moment and you feel like he's not understanding, when you feel like I'm not understanding what you're trying to say, and then expecting you to just back down, it's very hard.
It's very hard.
And I guess it's a challenge that we need to work on. So
yeah.
Like, it's not going to be automatic. So we need to work on it. But how is it going to happen? Well, I don't know. We'll see in the next time we have a disagreement.
And it's actually nice that it's coming out now that we're both accepting that, we both have that challenge.
Yeah.
And it just takes the one person to de-escalate the situation. And even if you just become understanding in that moment for the sake of de-escalating, we just need to take it a notch down and then address it a bit later.
Yeah, ooh, these questions are too real for YouTube.
And we're still at number 2.
These questions are too real for YouTube. I don't want to follow my business out there. Okay. Go with your second question.
I'm not sure we're posting this.
Now here you go.
Okay, my second one. My phone. Okay, it hasn't locked itself. Okay, what are some of the most important values that you think we share? By some, you can mention 2. Doesn't have to be a lot.
Some of the values that we share.
2 most important values that you think we both share.
I think we are both empathetic. We know how to... We're not selfish.
We have ubuntu.
We're not selfish in the sense that I don't do things foreigner in our relationship. And I don't think now you do things foreigner. We always think of the other.
True.
I think so too. Okay, we have that.
Yeah.
And another important value that I think we share, but at the top of my head, this is the only one that comes up, but I don't think it's these are the only 2.
Yeah, no. I just want you to mention 2, otherwise you'll have a very long video.
I think the way we love family.
Yeah, we value family quite a lot.
Yeah.
We value family quite a lot.
Ooh, my camera just, because I came too close.
And I think we actually brought that into our family. I think we were brought into that.
Let me just scooch my chair down a little.
Kind of family setup. Are you cool now? We were brought into that kind of family setup, and we brought that into our family, and
we've kind of embraced it.
Yeah,
we've kind of embraced it. That was an easy one.
I mean, to a point that it's not difficult for me to view your family as my family.
As family, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's that?
No, I thought it was cut off.
Are you ready to jump into your next one?
Yes,
you don't even
already
give me a breather.
No, we've already answered it. What is something you feel is missing in our relationship?
Ooh, I know what that is.
What?
And I think it's from mostly my side.
What?
I'm a planner. I'm a person that wants to know what's going to happen next. Mm-hmm. And the only way I do that, by the way, I think this came as a way of sort of protecting myself.
Yeah, and controlled.
Yeah. Wow.
The control. I think it comes from...
Did you actually have to put it that blunt?
No, I think God, I can understand. You feel like you need to take charge of your environment.
Of my environment, yeah. So that, I'm in this situation. I need to know when I get into my car and I go to a place, what it is that I'm expecting to get on the other side. And I think it's been like that ever since. Even when we go to go on vacations, like I want to see pictures of the room. I ask staff to take pictures of the room that we're going to be staying in. Sometimes I do that secretly without even you knowing, because I want to know what to expect on the other side. So going back, what this kind of deprives us of is spontaneity. Spontaneity.
That word.
That word, guys.
Late, guys. Late.
Oh, by the way,
it's what time?
We're shooting at like 7
It's 5 to 7 on a Friday.
It's been a long week. Are we making excuses for forgetting English words?
Maybe.
Our English is depleted for the week.
So you feel that word
is missing
from our relationship.
And it would be nice to have it, but I'm not that kind of person. I try sometimes, and this is me trying. You suggest something, and I'd feel like, no, baby, this...
Can't we do it next week?
No, can't we do it next week? This thing has not been properly planned. And I would feel like...
I honestly wish you could change that about you.
I'm just making an example. And I would feel like, okay, I kind of need to immerse myself into the planning of it. And then I spend like 30 minutes thinking about it. And then this is me being spontaneous. Get back to you. Okay, baby, let's do it.
Sometimes what you do is you'd be spontaneous and you'd surprise me. And I'd be like, go for it. Like sometimes you'd say, baby, I'm going to go and hang out with whatever. I'm going to go do something. I'm going to leave the house and do whatever. And I'm like, go for it. And then 10 minutes later, you call me and you say, babe, I'm coming home.
I've changed my mind.
And for me, it's like, I've already gotten used to that.
Yeah, by the way, my friends have already gotten used to that.
It's bad.
Yeah, I know.
It's bad.
I will make plans and they already know it's not happening.
Yeah, it's bad, babes. You're a flaker. It's bad.
It's not me being a flaker. It's me wanting stuff figured out to the T.
But also look at it from this point of view. We how much do we dislike it when people flake on us? We plan for someone and then the next thing they cancel. Last minute.
That's terrible.
We don't like flakers, so don't be a flaker now.
Why do I feel everything is hitting back at me? Questions that I ask, questions that you ask. Somehow she planned it, guys.
I'm joking.
She planned this.
I did not plan this.
I feel ambushed.
I am not evil like that. Okay, I did not plan this. Baby, your question.
I feel.
We are already at 21 minutes.
I
your
feel
question.
Like Thabo Mbeki.
Usofaki politics. Baby, come for the question. Question number 3, yakho. Whoa.
Was it a manga? Nah. I'm just asking a general question. Was it a manga when they
ambushed Thabo Mbeki? Andiyazi, baby. Ngicela ufunde. Sicela kwa Thabo Mbeki.
Okay, let's leave politics out of it. But I think I asked the last question. You're the one that's supposed to be asking a question.
I asked the last question.
Did you?
Your biggest challenge or what's missing, sorry.
Alright, sorry. You asked the last question. So I'm on question number 3.
Are you on 3? You're not on 4? Yeah, you're on 3.
No, I'm on 3.
Because I was on 3.
Alright, so this one is a bit of an easy one. So this is how I planned my question. Considering I'm a considerate person. Easy, challenging, easy, challenging, easy. That's how I did it. And you just hitting me with...
I said, I'm going to take this opportunity to just ask questions that I'm interested in getting the answers to. Whether they're easy or challenging. Shall I end up?
I feel ambushed. Anyway, what does a perfect day with me look like?
Ooh, Friday fun day. Friday fun day.
What happens on Friday fun day? Break it down.
Friday fun day, we used to do it before we had Olo, obviously before we were pregnant. I think at least when we started introducing Friday fun day.
Yeah, you also enjoyed Friday fun day.
So we'd have Friday fun day. Basically what Friday fun day is, after work on Friday, we just let loose. We let loose. Ukunge would come and we could even be in the bedroom, for crying out loud, guys, but we'd just let loose. Ukunge would come and join us wherever we are. We'd play music. We'll have drinks. Daddy and I will have drinks. We'll order takeaways. We will put Gunga to bed. We'll stay up till 1, 2, 3 in the morning, just the two of us drinking, jamming, talking. Just having fun, a hell lot of fun, and then the following morning we'll sleep in on Saturday.
Yeah.
And then
I miss Friday fun
I also miss Friday. Friday fun days were really Friday fun.
It was always that thing that you look forward to. It doesn't matter
during the week.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how
hard your week was, but when Friday fun day comes, we're letting loose.
Yeah.
And then we felt pregnant, and then we couldn't really
drink. Let's just put it out there.
We couldn't drink. So
I actually remember trying Friday fun day when you were sober.
Yeah. I tried to entertain it now. I'm like, okay, I'll be sober, you can drink, we can do this. It wasn't fun.
It was just Friday with Msi.
Yeah. It wasn't fun. And then all of was 6 months, so it's just still a bit too young for me to let loose like that. I feel like because she sleeps in our room.
Yeah, so. When she turns 1, maybe we'll consider.
Yeah, I think when she's 1, I think she'll be old enough to kind of sleep through the night type thing. Yeah. So for now, no Friday fun day. So that's what a perfect day would look like for Remina.
Yeah. And it would never be planned. It would never be like, this is what we're gonna eat, this is when we're gonna start.
No, it really would just be us just being.
We just both return from work and boom, Friday fun day.
We could literally be in bed and we have Friday fun day.
I was spontaneous on Friday fun days.
But we knew Friday fun day was gonna happen.
But give me something.
How
much spontaneity? Hi, this word.
Spontaneity. It's not for us.
That word.
It's not for us.
How much would you give me of that on Friday fun days from 1 to 10? Give me something.
I'll give you a 6.
But
we knew that we're gonna have Friday fun day.
But I wouldn't plan it.
But still, Friday fun day.
But you know, Mina and I plan everything to
okay, fine.
From what we drink to what we eat, from how we do it, from the music we play.
But it's like 7.
7.5.
I'm not giving you 8. No ways.
7.5. Can I get a distinction? So I'm not getting Friday fun day cum laude. Wow. Wow, you actually said it right when you weren't trying to think about it.
And it crystallizes food.
Spontaneity.
I'm going to number 4 now.
Hit me with your number 4.
What's number 4? How do you feel about our intimacy and connection?
I can go.
How do you feel about our intimacy and connection?
I don't mind answering this question.
I need to go to the
only question is, do you want to hear the answers?
It's in the question, how do you feel? Yes, how do you feel about our connection and intimacy?
We connect very well.
And we intimate very well.
I don't think, by the way, I think I want to go to the intimacy thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think, as Ijan, by the way, Ijan is basically a man.
Okay.
I forgot. I actually forgot in the last video to put the definition of what Ijan is. Ijan is a man, and Ijan is a real man. He's one who keeps it 100.
Gangster.
Keeps it clipper. So as Ijan, we define intimacy.
Don't speak for
different.
You're speaking for you now.
As Ijan, I define the intimacy different from you.
Okay.
As a woman.
It's in a question.
You pinned. How do I feel? Because I feel before I tell you how I feel about
how do you feel about our intimacy and connection?
I think me and you, everything of ours is just automatic. Mm-hmm. We are on auto mode. We connect on auto mode. We don't even put an effort to it.
That sounds scary.
Mm-hmm. No, I actually think that's how you know things are meant to be. When you don't have to try hard to connect with someone, it just happens. I think that's where we are. When it comes to connection, babes, I think at any level, whether it's intellectual, whether it's intimacy, whether it's sexual, whether it's whatever, we connect. And it's not even an effort.
Yeah.
I did say sexual, guys, and she flinched a bit. So coming to intimacy, she asked me.
This is for adults anyway, this Q&A.
No, this Q&A is for adults, but we know that, under 18s do watch.
Baba Siteta is the adults.
Alright. Can I take a sip of my water? I know the other people who've always debated what's in this silver mug. It's water, guys, today.
Yeah, I did.
So we define intimacy different. To you, it's more about feelings. It's more about the little things. The mood. the connection, like for instance, I'm going to make an example. How the day starts and how it is in that moment of intimacy, how we engage, what we talk about, all those things for you make part of intimacy. I'm not sure if I'm making sense. But for Jan, it's almost always sexual.
Okay.
When I'm thinking intimacy, I'm thinking hala.
Ooh,
yeah, like it's gonna be lit in this house. That's how I think of intimacy. I think of it at that physical level.
Okay.
And for you, it's deeper than that. I know. We often talk about it. We often sometimes even miss each other on it. And I think sometimes sometimes you do kind of cut me some slack. You're like, okay, I know his definition of intimacy starts here and ends here, and mine starts from here and ends somewhere there. And when we have that understanding, I think we connect at a very, very deep level. And I don't know how to say this besides the fact that we paint Picassos at that point when we connect at that level.
So how do you feel about it? Do you feel...
I feel when you have an understanding of my understanding of intimacy and you don't expect a lot from me in terms of that understanding, and I have the same understanding that you have that expectation, and I'm trying to make sense now.
Yeah, and I feel like you're speaking in circles.
Okay.
Let's just go, like, rip the band-aid, spill it, say it as it is.
So when you have an understanding that Ijan, his definition of intimacy is more on the physical level.
Okay.
And you have that understanding and you have that appreciation on the day. And you also have the understanding that, okay, I know that he might not check all my boxes because my understanding actually is far deeper than his.
Sure.
But he's actually making an effort to check those boxes, even if he's not meeting all of them. We make Picassos.
Okay.
We connect on a very deep level. So because I also don't feel the pressure. Because sometimes it happens that I feel like, oh, there's a deeper expectation here. It happens. Sometimes I just feel it without you saying it. You know, sometimes we'll clear the house. I'm making an example. Kids go to Umakulu because we haven't been like alone in a while. Ijan knows what that means. It means that it's time for us to connect. Why are you shaking your head?
Hey, because this is where we sometimes, because Ijan automatically by us clearing the house, by me saying, that's where your mind goes. It's not about the...
Yep, it's about just sitting next to each other and watching a movie.
Having conversations like we're having today.
That's what I'm saying. Now, when you're pulling Jan and realize that he's probably gonna miss this. He's probably not gonna.
So your brain is already at.
When you cut me some slack, and I also make an attempt to transcend the physical realm of intimacy. With spontaneity. When I transcend the physical realm and make an attempt to check the other boxes, we make Picassos.
Okay, I get you. So you feel when it comes to our intimacy, we are not understanding intimacy at the same level.
Yeah.
For you, intimacy and sex are like this.
And you know what? I've actually tried to try to understand, because I know where the problem is. And I'm someone that, is a thinker. And that's why it makes me the person that I am.
You've tried what?
I've tried understanding intimacy from your point of view.
Once again, don't give when you're trying.
It clashes with my understanding. And then I realize that, no, you know what, Jan? Yours is limited. Now, then for you to meet her standard of intimacy, you need to check 10 boxes. Whereas in your head, only 2 boxes need to be checked.
Yep.
And in hers, it's 10 boxes. It's how you wake up in the morning. I mean, it begins in the morning, guys. In the morning, I'm not even thinking about that. I'm thinking about all the deadlines that I need to meet at work. But for Yena, it's how we woke up. It's how the mood is when we get up in the morning. It's the atmosphere. It's how we leave the house in the morning. It's all those things. And for me, 2 boxes need to be checked. On your side, 10 boxes need to be checked.
I get you.
And when I'm able then to check more than my 2 boxes, and I check 3 or 4 boxes, like, that's me having made an attempt.
Okay, I get you. I think what I get over the years, we've kind of found our feet. We've found our rhythm.
That's why, my love, I'm saying that when we get to that point, when we have days when you are able to say, okay, Sham, I can see he's made an attempt. And it just becomes fluid.
Yeah. I think over the years also it's that thing of sometimes we create bubbles in our heads, especially as the ladies. Sometimes we create bubbles in our heads of what
rose petals.
Yeah, and I think
music.
also cooler growing up and growing up as a person, as we grow. You really sometimes just realize, life is not that complicated. Life is really not that complicated. But I think for Rimna, I know you didn't ask me this question, but how do I feel about our intimacy and our connection? I feel, like I've said, I've grown to kind of let go of ezinye izinto, like amahlahla bengiwaphethe, and I'd feel upset because I feel like,
oh, I cannot be.
You know what? Why can't we just cuddle? Why do we have to just go straight there? Why do we even have to go there? Why can't we just have a day of cuddling? Yeah. I've let go of those things, and I understand that there's biology involved, and it's biology at some point.
Yeah.
Good try. Okay, man, sick. That's good.
Cuddling only.
What's the question, baby, man?
That's why I died.
Baby, what's the question?
Okay. I actually think we spent more time on that one than any other question.
Our video is at 37 minutes.
Yeah, guys, it data better be fit.
What's the question?
For this one, right? How do you cope with tough times in our relationship? How do you cope? Not how do we cope? How do you cope with tough times?
Yeah, tough times are real. I think you did mention, like I'm thinking at the top of my head,
the health part.
The health part. That's the first thing that comes to my mind, the health part, Like we've mentioned in one of our videos, how you were in hospital for an extended stay that we didn't think was going to take that long. That was by far one of the hardest things that I'd ever had to go through alone, because you were in hospital, you were out of it. We've had problems with conceiving. We didn't feel 100% the same way about it. I was more in it than you at some point.
True.
So how do I deal with tough times? I think I have to say prayer.
Mm-hmm.
Prayer has gotten me through a lot.
And can I?
Yeah.
Can I interject?
You can.
There's something that you do, and I don't think at the time when you're doing it, you think it's a coping mechanism. You zone out.
Yeah.
You have the ability to zone out of a situation. I envy you for that, because that's not something that I'm capable of.
Yeah.
Like, you'll be in the midst of it, and at some point you'll go on YouTube and watch videos that are unrelated to anything that you're dealing with.
Yes.
And you just stuck there until you fall asleep.
Yeah.
and you wake up so refreshed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how does she do it?
I've always been able to do that.
How does she zone out? I'm unable to do that.
I've always been able to do that. I think growing up, even eskoleni, wherever, if I had a challenging day or there's a big problem ahead of me, I would get home and take a nap. Like, would feel like, how do you even nap during this time?
How?
Yeah.
How do you even get to a
point? But I have to. I absolutely have to zone out. I have to. It's a coping mechanism.
And
because if I don't, my anxiety just shoots out the roof.
And I actually think that's you. That's how you've been doing it.
It's a coping mechanism. I have to. It's
and it's a good one, and I don't think for the most part you realize that that's what it was.
No.
And I think I've just brought something up now.
You brought something up. Because I have to zone out.
How does she do it?
I mean,
we've just been dealt with these news. I remember, for instance, on the 24th of December, some other year, when we received the news that, the IVF didn't take.
Work, yeah.
I was up until about 3 or even 4 a.m. in the morning. You slept.
Yeah.
And at some point in time, I remember.
And we were planning a Christmas party.
We were planning a Christmas party.
Oh, and was I not the best hostess?
It was the best Christmas that I think our families have had in a while.
I can, and I think I'm so grateful that I can.
And even the following day, I'm like, she's running with Christmas like a crazy lady. How is she zoning out? Where is her stressful brain, anxiety, and all of that? And I was still there.
Yeah.
And it actually took you just running with things for me to actually get out of my
house. To say, okay, let's settle up. Let's go.
Let's just do this.
Yeah. I think thank you for bringing that up, because I didn't really know what else I do during tough times. But prayer is definitely one of them. Definitely.
Yeah, you pray a lot. Sometimes I call you
crazy praying lady.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm ready to see like guys.
Because you're
crazy praying lady.
I'm like, didn't we just pray right now? Why do we need to pray again?
Prayer changes things.
I know it does.
I live there. I will tough. I know where to go.
And you know what, we would often clash about this, where she'd feel like, well, baby, you're not with me in this, you're not praying with me, you're not there.
But I've learned to also just
let me have the relationship I have with God.
Yeah, and let me just take care of things that I need to take care of. I feel like
be crazy praying lady alone.
Who's my one? Am I the last question?
Yeah.
Because I need to go to the babes.
You're on your last one, and then after your last one, I ask my last one.
Oh, my last one, I think you asked me the same question. So how do you feel our relationship has evolved? You asked me the same question.
Is it?
Yeah, you did have this question.
I did. I think it was actually my first one.
Yeah, it was your second one.
My second one. Okay, how do I think our relationship has evolved?
I really need to go pee. Can we pause?
Pause every camera.
I'm going now.
I clap my hands because, okay, I don't have to explain because you guys are not going to see this part. Hopefully you don't see this part. So I'm alone and I can say a whole lot of things about her now that she's not here. One, I think she planned this. I think she wanted to put me on the spot so that she can get the answers she's always wanted to get out of me. I know sometimes I build a wall, family. I build a wall in terms of emotions and showing emotions. Because, from a very early age, I was raised to, in that era where each man has to be strong. You know what I mean? You have to be strong for yourself, you have to be strong for your family, you have to be strong for everybody else. And my parents just happened to name me Msi. And I've worn that name with honor. I've tried to be there for everyone that I can be there for. My immediate family, my siblings, my parents when they were still around, my friends still. And I do my best to always be there for everyone. So I try not to be an emotional person. So sometimes she plays tricks like this to get me to show my emotions and to try to get certain answers out of me. And I think the trick worked today. I think the suggestion of this episode Oh, by the way, I had like 20, if not even 21 or 22 suggestions of ideas that we could have. This is an addition to that. And she felt like she wanted to squeeze that in now.
Okay.
And she's back. Oh, by the way, I said quite a lot about you, and we're keeping that.
Okay, it's fine.
Because I feel you tricked me into
30 minutes of just holding it
into showing my emotions. I think that's what this is about.
It wasn't a trick, though. It was just...
Oh, by the way...
We chose questions from the same list.
No, I'm saying the idea of the episode.
Oh.
The idea of this episode. Because I had a whole lot of episodes that we could have done. I had at least 20, 21, if I'm not mistaken. And this one just got squeezed in today, by the way.
Yeah, msimelelo Boltin.
Conspiracy Okay, what was the question? How has our relationship evolved?
Yeah.
I think from my part
Why
mostly.
did you lose focus?
Because you left.
I'm trying. There we go. It's focused now.
Can I continue? All right. I think from my part, the evolving or the evolution has been around acceptance. Has been around acceptance of the things that I cannot do, and focus my energies on the ones that I can do, and be more creative when it comes to some of the things that I cannot do. And from your side, I think it has come from a point of doing your very best to be supportive of the crazy personality that I have. I'll explain.
Yeah.
I'm a thinker, I'm a creative, I'm ambitious. I'm ambitious to a point that I can plan activities that fit in 48 hours for a 24-hour day. And you still be supportive of that. Even though you know it's not going to happen. Even though you know that I'm not going to be able to achieve all of them, but you still be supportive. And you've evolved. I think at the beginning of our relationship, you'd get frustrated. You'd be like, why is he trying to fix everything? Why is he trying to do so much?
Yeah.
But I think now you've learned that that's the person that I am. And sometimes without a project or things to fill my day, you know that I become miserable.
Yeah.
I'm that kind of person. I need to have a lot of things to do. I need to be, I don't want to say driven, busy. And you developed a way to cope with that and be supportive while doing it. So I think we've evolved in that sense. I answer questions sometimes, I'm not sure, because I talk quite a lot. Do you have a follow-up? Because I'm not sure if I answered that.
I don't know. I'm not sure if I got a satisfactory answer. Because the question is, how has our relationship evolved? Yes, you did answer it, because we tell you how has, like, Bonagali say what, like, something that we do to show that as a
Yes.
Yeah, so I do think you've answered the question.
And by the way, I think having children also
Definitely
has kind of made us less selfish.
Yeah.
You know, for the most part, we've always been about us.
Yeah.
It's always been about me and you.
Yeah.
And we would prioritize me and you over everything else.
And of course, it was just the two of us.
It wasn't just the two of us, but I'm just saying over everything else.
Yeah.
And now we've learned that with having children, you know, we have this family.
Yeah. And
we tend to prioritize even extended family.
Yeah.
Even more than us.
Yeah. I think, by the way, guys, we've got another video idea that we want to shoot.
I think it's going up.
We're cooler. I think we're cool.
I mean, Nikian is in his 40s.
Babe, don't say 40s, like you're just turning 41 this year.
Yeah, that's 40s, babe.
Yeah, it just sounds like a lot, though.
And you're in a late 30s, will you not want
Don't say late 30s
30s
like I'm 38 or something. Anyway, because 13.
But after 35, don't we say late 30s?
Hi baby, yini namhlanje mntwam?
No, I'm not fighting. I'm just being honest.
So anyway, guys, I've got another. Oh, by the way, is question?
I feel that's how we've evolved.
Thank you, baby Pindy.
Yeah.
Now you want a question?
You have to ask me your last one.
No, and that was my last one. What's your last one?
It can't be.
It can be.
Because I've got question number 5. How am I getting this confused? Oh, my battery is
because I started.
My battery is about to do things. So this is the last question of the episode. And we are on 30.
But we were on 50 minutes.
Oh, by the way, I'm not cutting that part where you went to the bathroom. In what ways do you feel most loved by me?
I feel most loved when you are. Okay, let me put it this way.
Attentive.
Yes, when you are attentive, I feel most loved. Because I was gonna put it this way. I understand that you've gone through your own transitions, like new job, school, being a dad for the second time. You going through a lot of things, but sometimes in that I feel like, where am I?
Where do I fit in?
Where do I fit in? Why do I feel neglected?
You are the lady that brings me meals. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Yeah. So I feel most loved when you're attentive. I feel most loved with mommy. What?
I'm joking. Okay. Back to you.
Okay. Now, joking. So I feel most loved when you don't blow me, kids. Don't mind it. I feel most loved when you're not. I caught it. I feel most loved when you're attentive, when you're paying attention. I feel most loved when you've got time for. I feel most loved. It's not even about buying. Like I think I'm so past the stage. So past the stage. I'm past the stage of flowers and chocolates and surprises.
Phase of buying and feeling like, well, go for it.
No,
After this many thousands, still doesn't appreciate. But then I got it.
I'm over that phase. I think I'm not there. I don't think I don't rely on. Yes, I'll appreciate it, but I can't do nothing like that. I'm gonna feel like I think nalapho into nothing like that make me feel like into mhlambi uyivele you like you get it like flowers and chocolates and things like that for me don't do it anymore because mhlambe nzikubana ukuzibona nje.
Can I be having to be supported?
Okay, for example, I said to you during the week, babes, I don't like a washing machine. I really don't like a washing machine. I really like that.
You're becoming
then
so practical about life.
I'm so practical, scary, yeah, it's really growing up. And the next thing I know, people are washing line enter in the tandayo. That for me, that's how I feel that because it means unmamele, you hear me. You don't just hear me, but you really hear me, yeah, and you pay attention to me. That's when I feel most loved. I'm over the chocolate phase. I'm over the roses. I'm over the flowers. I'm over the surprises. I'm over the baking. Not so much over the vacation.
What happened to the last flowers I bought? I didn't even see them.
They were here in the lounge.
Oh, were they?
I don't know that they didn't last long.
Yeah.
They started dying off quick.
They looked differently even in the bottom. But I'm so sorry for the flowers.
I was like, numbers, flowers, thing, mate.
No, I was
fan.
okay. I was in that shop.
Namasiziye flowers do I'm in the list with bantu that have had.
So what? Let me explain the flowers. I'm at the shop buying flowers. I looked being for bouquets, and I looked at some like
you bought me flowers that was said to begin with. Do I'm elevation in life, Tofana? I'm not saying flowers are said.
Emotions. You want me to connect with my emotional side? I connected with my emotional side with my flower. And the markdown. I'm saying it was not. I'm saying it's not. I'm saying it's not because of the markdown. Because there were the flowers that were going to be thrown away.
That no one bought them. They were the flowers that no one bought. for you to bring me stray flowers.
Like,
Like stray dog.
can you understand the flowers from my point of view? Want me to connect with my emotional side? They connect with the
They
flowers.
are critically. But
Like,
no one myself flowers, they died. Like they
I'm
died
like,
so quickly.
oh, shoot, flowers.
Flowers,
They were.
oh,
It's not because of the monk down. That's what I said.
you're gonna tell me that the flowers is knocked down.
Transition was dead, babe. I didn't even remove the tag because maybe we're gonna have a conversation about it.
And it was gonna come up.
And we're gonna explain that the flowers were probably gonna get thrown away, and I felt sorry for the flowers. And the boys and the boys that just
And he has how to feel about this guy. You want to call him mixed emotion. I don't know how to feel about these flowers, honestly. It's like, anyways, I call it as five flowers if we felt sorry for. So I don't feel like,
God, I didn't even see the flowers in the house. I'm like, did they die on the way home? Did they not even make it? No, because I actually brought in flowers at work.
yeah, everything's like that. Even that's when I feel most loved. Okay, let me explain the work thing. So
Sure.
my shoe broke at work. My shoe broke at work, and I had an appointment close to where I was working, and I called him and I told him, babe, my shoe broke, and I'm not to finish now, and I'm literally gonna have to eat food. Yeah, well. So he bought me shoes to wear at work. He bought me a pair of shoes, and he bought me flowers. So that's when I feel most loved.
Sure.
The flowers were just an added. Now I know that the flowers were actually on markdown.
Nana, what
If
the flowers didn't matter from the onset. Let's just be honest. The flowers didn't make sense.
I just can't tell any how should I feel? How would you feel?
Guys,
Your man brings you flowers to work, and today you learn that the flowers are actually on markdown. Like, let's check spaghetti.
support.
Guys, we're gonna end it here. Thank you so much for watching. We are so sorry that this video took so long, and we hope that you guys enjoy it.
I'm not
That we-
apologetic. By the way, I've had a lot of people that have been saying, guys, you need to long.
But yeah, these were two questions out of a list of about 40 questions, 20, 40 questions. So if you guys want, yeah, we're gonna try to 57. It's almost an hour.
By the way, if you guys want part two
Yeah.
of different questions, drop that in the comment section. We'll be happy to do part two. But now at least I know how to feel.
How about we do this? How about we ask our subscribers to give us questions? You can hit us up on Instagram. Email is more active than I am. You can DM him on Instagram with a list of 5 questions.
Or Facebook.
Facebook.
More like
Yeah, he's on Facebook. Yeah. Nige, if you do that, I might just see it next year.
No, she's never gonna see it by the way. Next year is something else. She wants.
So, guys, we love you so much. And we hope that you like this interface, this new thing that we've got going. Joe.
Look, guys, this is trial and error. It might be like this with our next episode of the shoot. We want to see what quality looks like.
Yes.
We want to see how the editing looks like, and if we're happy with everything. Because, we try sound, we try different angles of cameras.
You should see what we did to our lounge, guys. But you'll see in the bloopers. We moved furniture around. Maybe not in this video because it's already long. One day we'll show you behind the scenes.
Yes,
of all our episodes. Because before, with every episode, we always shoot it behind the scenes. So maybe we'll compile a behind the scenes of all our episodes and just throw it in there for you guys. Guys, I think we're going to end it here. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. If you want to join the family. Otherwise,
spread the love.
yeah,
Spread the word.
love. Please answer these questions with your significant other and just see what kind of response.
This is what I would challenge our viewers. I would love to kind of get feedback of them having done this with their
Down. Guys, we actually want to have a sit down. This is something that we want, but because we're in the I know that when you want to Joburg, everywhere. We've got subscribers from Botswana, Namibia, everywhere. But if there's a couple, if there are couples that are in TE close by, guys, just hit up. Maybe one day we'll do a down.
We actually want to do a sit down with 300 couples.
Yeah, and we'll discuss it. Yeah.
But we'll let you guys know close to the time of doing that episode.
Yeah.
And yeah,
We'll discuss also what kind of episode we'll be shooting. But anyway, we are interested in adding a bit more flavor to our channel by having other people on our channel. All right, I think that's it from the Volcano family, guys. We're Milona,
yeah, really
and we are signing